B.F. Skinner, 20th century American theorist, born March 20th, 1904, in Susquehanna, Pennsylvania, in the United States. Died on August 18, 1990, at age 86, of leukemia, a psychologist, behavioralist, inventor who's often had trial and errors, later becoming a social philosopher. In education, he first attended Hamilton College, becoming a writer, later enrolling into a psychology department at Harvard, meeting a mentor, William Cross-Zire. He was brought up in a small city in New York. His description of where he was raised was quote-unquote warm and stable home environment along with a younger brother.
Developed the behavioralism at Harvard. He had three main approaches: classical conditioning, operant conditioning, and observational. He believed all behaviors is learned through interactions with the environment, primarily through conditioning.
B.F. Skinner's beliefs. The goal of a science of psychology was to predict and control an organism's behavior from its current stimulus situation and its history of reinforcement. It being effective teaching must be based on positive reinforcement, which is, he argued, more effective at changing and establishing behavior than punishment. He suggested that the main thing people learn from being punished is how to avoid punishment. The theory stages of B.F. Skinner. The behavioral psychologist B.F. Skinner's learning theory states that a person is exposed to a stimulus which evokes a response, and then the response is reinforced. Stimulus creates response and then reinforcement. This finally leads to the human behavior conditioning. The significance to early childhood education. Skinner's idea of operant conditioning influenced how people thought about children's development and the learning process. Essentially, Skinner suggested that a child's behavior could be influenced and changed by using positive and negative reinforcements. Skinner was also an inventor. Among his gadgets were the Skinner box for shaping and counting, lever pressing in rats, and key pecking in pigeons, the cumulative recorder, a mechanism for recording rates of behavior as a pen tracing, a World War II era missile guidance system, never deployed, in which a trained pigeon in the missile's transparent nose cone continually pecked at the target, and teaching machines for program learning, in which students were presented a sentence at a time and then filled in the blank in a similar sentence shown in a small window. He achieved notoriety for a mid-1950s Life magazine article showcasing his air crib, a temperature-controlled glass box in which his infant daughter would play. This led to the urban legend, occasionally heard to this day, that Skinner experimented on his daughter or raised her in the box, and that she grew up embittered and maladjusted, all of which are false. B.F. Skinner was ranked by the American Psychological Association as the 20th century's most eminent psychologist.